Hi, this is Chris from Keeping It Real, and today I'm going to show you how to change the doorknob. Now this doorknob is actually in pretty good shape, but I just wanted to change all my doorknobs to silver to match my silver accents that I have in the house, and I'm not really a fan of gold, so that's why I'm doing it. Alright, so the first thing you need to have is the right tools. And you want to have the star shaped screwdriver, and you want to have a long trunk on it so that you can take off the doorknob. So the first thing you're going to do is remove the old doorknob and keep the pieces together, because you can use it on other buildings if you own any, or you can sell it to somebody else or give it to the thrift store. Whatever. Somebody else can use this doorknob because they're not cheap to buy, around $25 or more. You want to loosen both at a time. Doesn't take that long to do once you get the hang of it. And this is something that you can keep an eye on yourself so that your doorknobs don't get wrecked. If one becomes a little bit loose, just take a screwdriver and tighten it. Then you don't have to buy a new doorknob. There's easy ways to look after your own home and not let it go to ruins. Oops. Alright. Simple things like if the knobs are loose on cupboards and stuff, just tighten them. Then you don't lose a cupboard door. So it's pretty easy to look after your own place, as long as you got the right tools. This is a long screws in this one. There we go. So we've got that off. Now you're going to be left with this side. So you just want to pull that side out, and then you've got that part. And you can put this all into a bag together so that you can sell it or donate it. And then you take your screwdriver, and there'll be a little part here that you can take your screwdriver and you push on it till you work that knob out. And sometimes these are in really tight, probably because they had new paint on when they were put in. So you can wiggle that a little bit to get it out. If it doesn't come right away, take a break and remove this part. So see this right here? Same thing, you just want to take your screwdriver and untwist it to put the new silver one on instead of gold. It comes in handy having magnetic screwdrivers so that the nails don't go flying all over the place and disappear. This one just flew nicely on the ground and I caught it. And again, just pop it off and you're left with that to put the new one on. Alright, so we keep all the pieces together, and we're going to do the easy part next. We're going to put the piece on. So the container of your handle comes with a bunch of little screws. So the two little screws are the ones you're going to use to attach the door stopper thing. So we will go over here and I will attach it, and then I will show you. Just you line it up so that this knobby thing goes into the hole and the other part slides onto the outside of the door frame. So I will just show you in a minute. So I've got it screwed in a little bit, and I've only screwed it in a little bit because I want to line up the metal plate to where it wants to go before I tighten all the screws. So this is what I've got so far. See, I've got it in the wall. Now I just want to tighten it and make sure I line up the metal plate where it needs to be before I totally tighten the whole thing. Okay, it's in a good spot now, and now you tighten it so that the screws don't get in the way of the door closing. And that looks good. So when you want to remove the door latch, you want to make sure that you remember which way it's facing for putting the new one on. So this one is facing with the round part towards the door. So now you can push this up, push it down, move it around to loosen it up. And then there's that groove there. You want to stick your thing there, your screwdriver there, and you want to push it really hard. So if it's having a hard time doing it, grab both hands and pull on it. So we'll grab both hands and pull, and it comes out nice. Now you want to grab the new part of the door latch, and you want to see which part you need on it. So it comes like this, and this is where you need your flathead screwdriver, because you want to make sure and check if your opening is round or if it has a square on it before you remove this. If it's round, then you need to take this piece, which is also provided, and you need to attach it to this piece. So we're going to grab the flathead screwdriver. So you want to grab your flathead screwdriver, and you want to check in here is a little groove, and you want to snap it off there and there. So you stick your flathead screwdriver in there, and I'll show you, and you twist it so it pops up. See? And then you go to the other side and you do the same thing. And it comes off sweet. And then you turn this, and you turn it so it lines up with the holes, and it just comes off there. So now you take this and you find where it's flat, and you apply it there. And then remember, this curved part was facing the door frame. So we want to line this up so this curved part is facing the door frame and it's straight. It's not crooked, it's not. And then you want to push it in. And sometimes this can be hard to do. So you push it in. They say to put a piece of wood over, which would be better because then you wouldn't dent it, and hammer the wood onto this, but I don't have the piece of wood with me right now, so I'm being bad. And I'm using my screwdriver as a hammer. So make sure you guys got strong screwdrivers. And make sure it's flat against. Okay, so we've done that part. Now we're going to take our door handle. And this time I picked a fancy one for only for my bathrooms. The other ones are round for the bedrooms and stuff. And you pull this apart. So the one with this end wants to go into the hallway, and the one with the lock wants to go into the bathroom. So you pull it apart, and you take this part, and well, first you want to get your screws ready. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. So we want the long screws out of this package. And the reason it's good to get it ready ahead of time is because it's easier to line up the handles. It's easier to line up the nails with the holes on this side. So we want the door handle to face the inside. So we're going to take this and put it through the square hole there. So we first take it, put it in, and it won't line up because we need to slide it towards the wall. So we slide it, and that puts the nail parts in the right place. And if the wood door is not big enough for your handle, that's okay, because you can take a knife and carve it a little bit bigger. I've had to do that in the past, but this one fit just nice, so I don't have to do that. Now to get my screwdriver ready, because this is the tricky part, and make sure it's all lined up properly. Oh, I might have to shave this door a little bit. I see on the inside there I might not have enough room for. Yep. So I'm going to have to shave this door a little bit. So what I do, I have a steak knife I use. And steak knives come in so handy for shaving little pieces of wood off when you need to. So because, I'm going to show you guys this, because the hole, I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to line it up good for you guys to see. See, the hole is too close to this, so I need to shave off some of that so that this hole is exposed. So I will start doing that. All right, and you just take it. And that is the joys of having a wood door, is that you have the option of just shaving it so it's the right size. Metal doors, not so easy. I'm not sure how to do a metal door without wrecking it yet. I just wrecked this one, but paint, we can paint it if we scratch it. And when you are done shaping it, then you got to blow out all the sawdust and vacuum later. Because you don't want the sawdust to get into your grooves or anything to wreck the door from opening. So this is what it looks like. It's a little jaggedy, but not as bad as it could be. So now we line up the door handle again and see if that's enough, that it'll give it room to work. Oh no, my screws fell out. Okay, so get the screws put back in, turn the door handle the way you want it to be facing the wall so it doesn't stick and stab people. And there we go again. And you want to line up this little piece that's sticking out with the inside of here. So, whoops, so that they can connect. So I gotta make sure this is turned right for where that door is. And always hold the other side so it doesn't slide away on you. There we go. It's good. And get those nails lined up. And hold them in place. This is the little tricky part of it. And you want to get it first started. And again, you don't want to tighten one side without getting the other side lined up first and screwed in a bit. Otherwise, you could end up missing the hole on the one side and then have to take the whole thing apart again. Yep, been there, done that. All right. So these are easy things you can do around the house yourself. Women can do it. If you teach your teenagers, they could probably do it. Actually, it's good to teach your teenagers things like this so that they can do it when they move out themselves. And they have homes to look after. Oh, it's a long nail. And take your time doing both sides one at a time, taking turns so that it lines up properly. And then the next step is to test it and see if it works. And doorknobs can be funny, so like fussy. So if you over tighten it, sometimes it has a hard time turning. So if you just loosen the screw a little bit, but so that it's still like firm, then it'll turn better. Okay, so it's locked right now. It's unlocked and it's working. And there we go. We've got a door handle that is on. Yay. Yay, the door handle works. No worries. There you go. Thanks for watching. That's Chris from Keeping It Real.